On the way into the boardroom at Old Trafford, there is a Manchester United opus bound in red leather lying on a table. On this occasion, the pages are open at an old interview with Ruud van Nistelrooy featuring a photo of the Dutchman shortly after he joined in 2001. Cynics might go so far as to suspect that Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the people he has put in charge of the club have been doing their research in case they have to sack Erik ten Hag and replace him with Van Nistelrooy, who returned to Old Trafford as assistant manager this summer. During an hour's conversation with new chief executive Omar Berrada and sporting director Dan Ashworth before United's defeat by Liverpool on Sunday, it quickly becomes clear that Ten Hag will get the support he needs from the hierarchy, despite a shaky start to the season. There is a framed picture of the manager walking out of the tunnel at Old Trafford in the corridor leading to the boardroom and no desire to take it down anytime soon. So would he still have their backing if United lost to Liverpool, as they did, and the poor results continue? Do we still believe in Erik? Absolutely, says Berrada. We think Erik is the right coach for us and we're fully backing him. We're going to continue working very closely to help him get the best results out of the team. The manner of United's 3-0 defeat by Liverpool a couple of hours later was a brutal reality check, coming on the back of a painful loss at Brighton. As Berrada and Ashworth speak, the excitement building outside the East Stand, where statues of Sir Matt Busby and the United Trinity of Sir Bobby Charlton, Denis Law and George Best face one another over the forecourt, was soon to be replaced by despondency as thousands of fans poured out of Old Trafford long before full time. Inevitably, the Liverpool debacle dampened the optimism that had built over a summer in which United refreshed their squad with £200 million of signings and overhauled their football structure. Ten Hag is one of the few survivors. Sources insist Ratcliffe and his team are not prone to knee-jerk reactions. The decision was made to keep the Dutchman during a summit with him in Ibiza and will not change based on 3 games of the new season. Manuel Ugarte and Lenny Yoro have yet to play a competitive game for the club, while Matthijs de Ligt and Joshua Zirkzee only made their full debuts against Liverpool. Noussair Mazraoui is the other addition. It is not the start United wanted, but Berrada remains upbeat after what he sees as a positive transfer window. "I'm very excited and very optimistic at what we have in front of us," he says in his first sit-down interview as United chief. "We're starting to put the right pieces in place and I'm absolutely convinced we're going to be successful." Berrada should know what makes a successful formula. He worked as chief operating officer at Manchester City before moving across town in July. So how long before United can claw their way back to the same kind of position as City? Anybody who has worked in football for a long time could tell you that it's almost impossible to put a timescale to answer that question, replies Berrada. "What I can say is it has been demonstrated when you look at the teams who have been successful consistently for many years, it's because they have the right coach, they have signed the right players and they have the right structure. You need to take good decisions consistently for many years to get into a position where you are a financially sustainable club that is competing to win every single competition, which is where we want to be. We don't want to just win one Premier League and then be satisfied. We want to create a team capable of competing for the Champions League, the Premier League and the domestic cups on a consistent basis. To build that, we need to be doing more of what we have done in this window. We have addressed priority positions that were identified very early on, and we were able to do it in a financially sustainable way. We were quite disciplined about the valuations we were giving to players who were going to come in. We stuck to those valuations. If you make a mistake, overspend, or get a player who can cost you too much, it can set you back. United prioritized a striker, a defensive midfielder, a right back and 2 centre-backs. They got the full set when Ugarte signed on deadline day, though it was too late for him to play against Liverpool.